Hello, I'm back again, reacting to another video from the great Aussie I Did a Thing. And this time, he is going to be fixing a boat with noodles. So I'm kind of interested about that. Although I do know that people have used, well, I should say ramen noodles, or instant noodles. I do know that people have used, I have seen things of people using uh, bits of noodle or chunks of the instant noodle as like a packing thing, and then they put paste or whatnot over it. Uh, but yeah, but I'm kind of curious what he's going to do to fix a boat with it.
Yeah, come in, come in.
Yeah, what do you?
Uh,
Nearly ready.
I got the tongs you asked for.
Oh, thank you. You hungry?
Yeah.
I just ate some ramen noodles last night, but they didn't turn out as well as what I thought they would.
Bloody starving. I haven't had breakfast.
What flavour do you want?
Do you have any pork or shrimp or?
That's my favorite. What's yours?
Oh, nah, it's all chicken.
Oh well, that's
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's all chicken.
okay. I'm bloody starving.
Get in there, mate.
Oh, delicious.
Beautiful. There you go.
Cheers.
Yeah, I do want some ramen noodles.
Yeah, come back for more if you.
Yeah, no, I will.
Later.
Oh my. Well, he did a thing.
How you going? Recently, this craze has emerged where people are fixing all kinds of things with 2-minute noodles.
Ah, I didn't know that it was a craze. It just seemed like a convenient thing. But then again, I may not know what he means by a craze, though.
And I thought this was absolutely insane.
I wonder if he's actually naked. Although I feel like that he would be somebody that would do that. I mean, that would actually be actually naked in a video without showing
Like,
stuff.
look at these idiots. They're just indiscriminate.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of. They use the noodles as some sort of filler, some sort of solid filler, and then they put stuff
Cramming
over it.
noodles into whatever they can find. Then
Yeah.
they kind of just cover it up and leave it for later. They kind of remind me
Yep.
of squirrels hiding nuts before winter. And there's
I
no way
guess.
this can work. But then I saw this video and I did a complete 360.
Uh, what? The way he's smashing it against the. Ah,
And I love the idea of an unsuspecting rich businessman kind of bringing in his expensive BMW to get fixed and then having his car repaired. But he doesn't realize it's been repaired with noodles until 2
Right.
weeks later, a raccoon and a college student kind of eat half his bumper. And I want this bumper fixing craze to continue.
I don't think it would be quite like that, but maybe sometime I might try to do something like that. I don't know. Although I have been kind of curious of what happens to the dry noodles over time, though.
And the world to be filled with half-eaten bumpers.
I guess. I mean, everybody really likes ramen noodles. A lot of people do.
So today, I'm going to perpetuate this craze
I
by
see.
fixing a boat using only 2-minute noodles.
I wonder how much fixing he has to do, though. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he just makes a boat.
Now, in all the videos I've seen, people kind of just grab
I've never seen that brand of ramen noodles before. I like the one that has like the little smiley guy on it. Top ramen's not good, at least in the packets. But the top ramen cups or bowls, those are fine. And he still got noodles on his apron.
noodles and slam them into a hole. Then they cover them in super glue and file them down to their
Right.
desired size. And I couldn't find any 2-minute noodle brands that came with super glue, so I just bought a
Well, of course they wouldn't come with super glue.
bunch of chicken noodles to try them out. And I went with chicken flavouring because I don't trust crabs. Never
Ah,
trust anything
okay.
that has scissors for hands. Sorry, Edward.
Okay.
I reckon I'm going to do a small test before I go all out and fix the boat.
Ah,
And
okay.
this small piece of wood here is going to be the foreplay. And I'm going to drill a
Right.
hole in it with my brand new drill press, which I
I want to get a drill press. I don't really know how often I would use it, but I'm going to get a drill press.
was able to purchase with Patreon money. And to say
Oh, good for him. I'm happy that he was able to get some stuff that he wanted or needed.
thanks, I decided to name it after all of you. Using
Oh.
the first letter of each of your names, I came up with this beautiful acronym. Bad Mans Bugs.
That does remind me. I have a Thrones account, and there's a guy who uh, really wants to give me some stuff. So at least on one of my Twitters, I will be having some posts saying thank you to him. I just think it's the right thing to do. Is that if a person or people are going to come together to get you something, I think it is appropriate for you to say thank you in some way. Yeah, to say thank you. And if you're trying to do, I guess, stuff like this, it makes sense that it's somewhat public.
Yeah, I really need some more vowels though. So if your name starts with E, please consider becoming a Patreon.
No.
But yeah, thank you all so much. I just want to show you that I actually buy useful stuff with the money you give me, and not just a bath's worth of instant noodles. Which, by the way, does not do wonders for your skin.
Yeah. That does remind me. I have, since I make 18 plus content, one of the things I have thought about doing is trying to see how much I can fill my tub with flaming hot Mountain Dew. Mostly because I have quite a few 12 packs of it. I bought it because I was curious about it, and I do some cashback type stuff. So I got quite a few of them because, yeah, I was curious and I wanted cashback. And it's not that great. And so it's just been here for like a year. I don't know what to do with it, but maybe I'll just, once the bathtub finally gets fixed, maybe I'll fill it up as much as I can with flaming hot stuff, Mountain Dew, and just play around in it for an 18 plus video. The only thing I can really think of.
Alright, back to the test. So to make this a proper comparison, I'm going to test the noodles against some other edible
Oh, I think I've seen people do the same thing with rice.
building materials, such as rice and wood shavings. So I'm going to cram the noodles in the hole like you see in the video, and then put a bit of flavouring on the top, and then pour the super glue all over it. Then I'm going to rinse and repeat with the other foods.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is that instant super glue? Well, maybe not truly instant, but, quick drying, and it looks like it might be, because that's the kind of super glue that I think people would use.
And the reason I'm testing other materials is because I think the noodle super glue mixture gets its strength in a similar way to piecrete. The noodles add flexibility and hold it all together, and the super glue adds hardness and compression strength. So combined, you get a strong, delicious material mixture. And I'm using
I don't know if it's delicious.
rice because I imagined that it might tessellate better, and I thought the wood shavings would work well because they are essentially wooden noodles. So now that they are dried,
I mean, I never thought of them being wooden noodles, but I get it.
I'm going to test the control, noodles, rice, and wood.
The control's just a hole. I don't know if that data would be of any use. That is just a hole. I don't, if there would be anything I would use as a control, it would probably be like spackling, or maybe even just, the wood that was taken out, that you shove it in there and then you use glue and some sort of spackling or something to seal it, something like that. That's what I would use as a control, but that's just me.
Shavings by placing a dinner's worth of canned goods on top of them until they snap. And I call this the official I did a thing can snap test.
Okay.
And I couldn't...
I have a lot of cans. Maybe I'll do this someday just because it just might be something silly to do.
Really balance enough cans on top of the wood. So I'm going to use these 3 kilo weights.
Oh, I have 8-pound weights.
And it snapped, but I don't really know the weight.
Well, since that's what he's going to do, I guess I can fold. I guess I can fold maybe of some valid use.
Threshold. So let's compare it to the others.
Yep,
Alright, the noodles seem to be holding the 6 kilos.
yep.
And the only thing I have that is heavier are these 7
Oh.
kilo weights.
I think it's bending a little bit.
And the noodles couldn't handle the pressure.
Oh, yep, there it goes.
Which was better than the rice, which couldn't handle the weaker weights.
Oh, yeah.
And the wood shavings also couldn't handle the weights.
Right.
So the 2-minute noodles did seem the strongest. But I have to say, my test really wasn't as official as it seemed. And I
Right.
don't think this really tested anything because the food didn't seem to bond to the wood, meaning the force of the weight wasn't transferred to the food at all. Yeah.
Well, it's more of a filling thing. The rice or noodles are more to fill a hole, and then you to put spackling or some other kind of paste over it to be smoothed out later and then hidden under paint. It's not meant for structural integrity type stuff.
So after that test, we learned that the superglue doesn't really soak down to the other layers. So
That
if I
makes
want
sense.
this to work with the boat, I'm going to have to apply the noodles in layers. But besides
Yeah.
that, it was a bit of a stupid test. It was more of an excuse to use my brand new, beautiful drill press.
Well, I'm happy that he got to use it, although he's probably used it quite a lot throughout his years of making videos, though.
I think my videos from now on are just going to be me unnecessarily drilling holes in everything.
Gee, I wonder if he'll have a hole drilling compilation on Tool Hub. Is that cheese or is that just wood? Because it kind of looks like cheese. Oh. Oh, yeah. I think I knew that he was married and had a kid. That's the first time I've seen this kid, though. This video is like 2 years old or something like that, so he might be in kindergarten by now. Babies are cute. If you haven't been around babies, they are definitely cute. They are a hassle though. And then when they get older, they are definitely more of a hassle. Because then they start talking back and acting up. But they're still great. Yeah. Oh. There's the baby one, maybe? I mean, I have 2 nephews and a niece, but I didn't really pay too much attention to how they looked growing up. So, I don't know if 1-year-olds kind of still, if 1-year-olds still, look like a baby. I never really noticed when they changed to a toddler and then a kid. Excuse me.
So because I titled this video Fixing a Boat
I
with
did that a
Noodles,
little
I'm going
bit
to
too late.
say that the noodles were the winner of this comparison. And I'm going to move on to the
So there's the boat. So I guess he's not making a boat out of noodles. Now I'm just curious of how much of it he has to fill with the noodles.
full-scale boat test.
Okay. It's a canoe.
Wait, can you help me out, please? And this is the massive hole that I'm going to be fixing up, which was sadly created when I hit the boat with a hammer, so I had something to fix it
Why did you do it intentionally? Oh well.
in this video.
I guess you wanted to make a video about it.
And in order to fix it properly, I'm going to put a piece of paper on this side and then shove the noodles in, just like the video. But before I do
Like which video? Because it kind of was shoved in a few different ways.
that, I'm going to remove the paint so it's got a better hold.
Helpful
Remember,
pair.
always use proper safety gear. Paint dust ain't good for your lungs. So then,
Yeah, you should use proper safety gear, but who got time for that?
I'm just going to add the noodles, the super glue, and a little flavoring, and then leave it to dry.
I don't think you need to add any flavoring.
Then I'm just going to take off the paper. And
Oh,
as you
it looks like the people did something.
can see, there is light coming through,
You
which I think
may need to put some super glue on the other side too.
is probably a bad thing, meaning it's not a very thick layer of noodles.
But
So then on this side, I really want to create a watertight seal. So I'm going to use a mortar and pestle to crush up the noodles really fine so they fit in
I wasn't expecting noodle dust.
all the gaps.
You're gonna start it
So
now?
then I'm just going to compact it in there and pour super glue all over the top and leave it to dry. And this is looking pretty good, pretty
Doesn't look
satisfied.
too
I
bad.
can't see any holes and it feels waterproof. I don't know.
But normally you would also apply like paint or spaculine or something, some sort of paste over it too.
If that's a thing, but it does. So now I just sand it down
Yeah.
and give it a paint job.
Ah,
Using some house paint because that is all I have. And I'm only going to paint the exterior as I think it will look hilarious. When you're in the boat, you can look down and see a clump of noodles holding your whole boat together.
okay.
Now that the paint's dry, it isn't pretty and I probably could have done a better job of fixing it. But I'm pretty optimistic this will work. So let's go try it out in my cold, cold pool.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious if what's it gonna do?
I can't see any leaks, but
Okay.
you can actually see light coming through. That is not
Oh my, that's kind of a little bit worrying.
a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see light shining through it.
Well, there is a big patch of light right on it.
Can you see any water in the boat so far?
No, it doesn't look like it.
That's cool. Might be waterproof then.
This is totally gonna break.
Once you put some pressure on it.
That's not a seat.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like it's fine. It needs a little bit more bits. It's fine, for the most part. So I guess it held. Although, maybe it would be cool if you put some plexi all over it too.
Doing? Can you not do cinematic shots, please? You just film me normally.
Okay, sorry.
Ah. Cinematic shot, I guess.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
And it seems to be working well, so I'm going to put it through a more vigorous test.
I'm going to give
Okay.
it a shake and see how...
Oh, I was gonna say, with the more vigorous testing, I guess it's just shaking. Yeah, to see what happens.
well it holds up.
Well, everything seems to be going right.
Is it working?
Yeah, it works well. There's actually water coming in over here.
Oh. He fell in. Ah.
That is the coldest fucking water.
And it is beautiful. I'm quite impressed that it worked. I thought the noodles would be flaky and porous and would let water through and then kind of let water into the boat. But I think the super glue fills in all the holes and adds a lot of strength. So it
Yeah.
didn't leak at all. And overall, that
That's
was
pretty
really
cool.
easy. I reckon I might try to sell this on eBay.
I wonder who's going to buy it. Well, I mean, I guess I could see a fan buying it, but I don't know if that's what he's expecting.
So there you have it. You are going to be seeing 2-minute noodles being sold in hardware stores all across the world.
I see. Well, I think you can buy them in some hardware stores. I think you could get ramen noodles at Menards, maybe? I don't think Lowe's has any food. Home Depot may not have any food. So I guess maybe Menards might be the only place that I can think of. I haven't been to Ace Hardware for a very long time. Oh, I've been to Tractor Supply. They're a hardware store. I don't think they would have it either. I don't think they have too many. I think they only have maybe snacks. I think that's true for about all of them. So I guess Menards. I think Menards might be the only place you could find them.
Being used to fix everything from tables to boats. You know, if only Leonardo DiCaprio and James Cameron knew about this 2-minute noodle boat fixing trick. Thank you so much for watching. If you like that, please subscribe and watch one of
Alrighty. Well, so that I don't embarrass myself by showing the video ending, that particular video ending. I guess I'll big deal. So yeah, I always knew that you could use noodles in this way, where you can use it as a packing material or filling material to, so that you don't have to use as much, paste type stuff. So I was kind of curious. I've never seen a proper YouTube video of somebody using that method to do something. So I liked being able to see somebody do that. I might try it someday. Right now I don't think I have a hole in anything that I need to fill with some ramen noodles and super glue or something like that. Oh, excuse me. So, as I say, thank you for watching, and give it a like if you do. If you're curious about any of the other places that I might be, then make sure to look at the link in the description, and you can find all the other places where I am. I do make 18 plus content, so do not go to that particular content if you are not 18 plus yourself. And with that, I will say, regardless of the time of day that it is for you, either that being noon, morning, or night, I hope that you are having a good time, and with that, I bid you adieu.